Okay, I thought I'd give you some particulars on types of intermittent fasting. If you consider the average person maybe eats till 7 o'clock at night and then gets up and has breakfast at 7, they're essentially fasting for 12 hours. And if you times that by 7 days of the week, you get 84 hours. So when you have somebody who's doing intermittent fasting, suppose they're having an 8 hour window, so they're eating maybe from 12 to 8. They are doing 16 hours a day, and so that essentially amounts to 28 more hours a week that they're fasting than someone who's just, having eating till 7, then getting up in the morning and having breakfast at 7. Someone who doesn't consider themselves to be fasting. If you close that window to 6 hours, say you eat from 1 to 7, then you're fasting for 18 hours a day, and that means you're doing 42 more hours than someone who's not fasting. And that's what I have been doing for 3-4 weeks. And like I say, just by fasting for 42 more hours than the average person who's not fasting, I've lost 17 pounds and lowered my blood sugar by 20%. Next step for a lot of people is they start to alternate. So one day they'll eat from, say, 12 to 6. The next day, only 2 hours of eating from 6 to 8. So they'll essentially, fast for 24 hours for 3 days. On the weekends, they'll, eat from 12 to 6, both Saturday and Sundays. So they end up fasting for about 54 more hours than someone who's not fasting. And finally, what I'm going to eventually do is take every second day off and not eat at all. In that case, you're essentially Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday and Sunday, you're eating from 1 to 7. So that ends up being three times you go 42 hours without eating, and once you go 18. So that ends up giving you altogether about 60 more hours of fasting than someone who's not fasting. And apparently when you do alternate day fasting like that, you burn 3 times as much fat as just doing regular intermittent fasting. Point is this, though, that what you're going to find when you fast is that you get better at it. So initially you might need to eat every day for 6 hours or an 8 hour window, and then eventually you find, hey, you know what, I can go 24 hours. And again, in my case, I'm aiming to go 42 hours 3 times a week. I might even consider in a couple months from now doing an entire week. Now, if you did an entire week, you'd have to make sure that you took multivitamins. That's really important. And of course, drank water, and you could have black coffee or tea. But again, the thing I really want to emphasize is that this is an extraordinary engine of intermittent fasting that allows you to lose weight, lower your blood sugar, and if you do fasting for longer periods, it actually kicks in the stem cells in your body, and they go around and eliminate all kinds of damaged cells in your body. So that's a third benefit of fasting. And like I say, I'm combining fasting with healthy eating and some exercise, but 90% of my gains, according to Jason Fung, the guy in Toronto the doctor in Toronto who discovered how much intermittent fasting can help people with type 2 diabetes who are overweight, who are obese. 90% of my gains are coming strictly from intermittent fasting. So, and like I said, you get better at it. So if you're in my situation, you're obese, you have type 2 diabetes, try it. And stick with me on my journey, and hopefully I can inspire you to do the same. All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.